25 degrees today. It is Tuesday the 26th of November, and let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Got to welcome along everybody on Facebook Live this morning. So very, very happy to have you. And if you're a first-time viewer, very special welcome to you. Tell you what, why not become part of the family? We call it the noise here at Galaxy simply because you do have a voice and people here do notice. We take notice and we listen. We really do. And that's how we structure a lot of our shows here at Galaxy, is because of what you want and who you want. Literally. There you go. In the meantime, very special welcome. If you don't know how to do that, get hold of Barbara. She'll help you through it. It's pretty painless. Other than that, why not sub, thumb and bell? Yeah, bell notifications when you have important people, much like today's guest. Of course, we're talking about the Lonesome Six coming out of Texas. Yeah. Subscribe. Become part of the family. Yeah, go on, double dare you on that one. And you know what to do with the thummy thing, don't you? Yeah, get epileptic with it, literally. Let's get into it. Of course, today we're talking to Kirk from the band Lonesome Six, and it's time I started walking here in Galaxy. So that gives us a couple of minutes, and it's time I started. How you feeling? You okay?
Yeah, good.
Nice, nice. So, Melba Winkle's watching. Good morning, Melba. Nice to have you on board.
Hi, Sammy. I've got a date for you, darling. And hi, Stephen Foster.
Yeah, I see Stephen's on board as well. Nice to have you on board. I hope you're feeling well, my bro. I really, really do. Clayton Dyer's watching. The mysterious 8 others, whoever you are, welcome. That mysterious. Do you ever get that, Kirk? I mean, you're doing a Facebook Live or something, and there's a mysterious 3 others or 10 others watching. You don't know who they are, but
yes,
there's always those mysterious ones, eh?
all the time.
Oh, I see CC Critters watching as well. We've got to keep an eye out on that guy. He's a bit dodgy. Dear. What's the temperature like over that way?
It's 82 right now.
82. It's 71 here, outside. Add another 15, 20 degrees in here with all the computers. And, you know, we're not too far away, actually.
Right, exactly. It's your summertime, right?
Coming into it.
Close to it.
Coming into it, yeah. Because you guys are about to head on into winter, aren't you?
Right, and I haven't felt it yet. It's been pretty warm for the last several months, actually, so it hasn't quite hit yet. I haven't had a day under 70 yet, so.
Well, I've got to be honest, it's been unseasonably warm over this side of the world as well. Through winter time, it actually hasn't felt like winter. I mean, normally you get, even here where we're pretty tropical on our side of the island, believe me, it can get quite down to 0, but it just hasn't felt that way this year. It really hasn't. It's more felt like about, you know, good. In New Zealand, we're on Celsius, so about 18 degrees was the average, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. We've still got 2 minutes to go, literally.
The long song.
Yeah, 4 minutes, 34 seconds. I actually had an artist say to me the other day, I played a 7-minute, 35-second song of his, and he goes, no radio station plays that long.
Right.
I went, well, we do.
Yeah, we have a long one called The Forge, and it's about 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
And our producer wanted me to cut like a minute and a half out of it. And there's just, if you're trying to tell a story, you can't really cut it off. So
No.
kind of let it go where it goes. No.
Exactly. We believe that if that is the song, and the whole song, finished article, mastered, everything like that, then that's the song. I don't care if it's 5 minutes 35 or 7 minutes 35. We'll play it. We will
played
play
a
it.
10-minute one, haven't we? Chris Andre's
Actually,
10
we
minutes.
played something that's about 3/4 of an hour, 35 minutes.
Wow.
That was the Pink Floyd mix-up
Oh,
that I
yeah,
made.
of course. But I'm talking an artist. You know,
Yeah, well,
he wants
hello.
to- Yeah, you're an
Do I not
artist.
count?
You sure are.
Oh, We ran a competition once, right? And it was name all of these songs. It was, I think there was about 22 different blends of Pink Floyd into one track. You know, I spent about a week putting it all together, mixing it up. And honestly, I'm so glad we don't actually play it anymore. Literally, people loved it. It was freaky. It really was. But I mean, 35 minutes on a radio, that takes up a lot of advertising space.
Yeah.
Bosses hated me. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Kurt Glove from the band The Lonesome Six. Welcome, Kurt.
Hi, nice to meet you all.
Yeah, absolute pleasure, sir. It really, really is. Now, believe me, absolutely loving your work. And I've been an engineer now for about, almost 47 years. Not only a studio, but front of house. I've worked with some of the biggest bands and some of the best studios in the world. And I've got to say, I'm loving your work.
Well, thank you. Very kind of you.
It is absolutely fantastic. I've got to ask, who's the young lady singing on this particular track?
That's Sage Dramberger. She's our only female vocalist, and she's just fantastic. Has a great vocal for folk and indie work. So, love her. Absolutely,
and believe me, I think it fits very, very well with the band and the style of the music that you're producing right there. It's Time I Started Walking is the first track we played this morning of the Lonesome Six. So I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, Kurt, tell me all about this. How did you come to the lyrics?
Most of the songs that I write, I don't really have an idea where it's going to go when I start. I just start off with a line or two, and the story kind of evolves, usually pretty quickly. So I didn't have an intention to write about breakup or anything like that, but it just kind of fell into that way. And I think you'll probably hear from the songs we're going to play today. We have a wide variety of influences, and so we're not really pigeonholed to a particular style or anything like that. We're not country, we're not fully folk, we're not rock. We're kind of somewhere in between all of those, and each of the songs that I start with end up kind of taking their own shape, and I don't really intend to even try a particular style. It just kind of comes out the way it does. And it evolves with the band's help. We get together after I've written some stuff down, and it fleshes itself out. And that particular song, when Sage got on and started singing it, it took a life of its own.
Now, I got to ask you, Kirk, and believe me, I've got a young lady coming out of Washington State by the name of Pamela. She's asking, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on X? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
So we do have a website, thelonesomesix.com, which has a link to all of our socials. We have a Facebook page. I'm not really big on TikTok. I've tried to get into that, but Sage is actually starting to do some work for us there. But we're not big on TikTok yet. We have a YouTube channel. We've got I think 16,000 subscribers on YouTube now under the Lonesome Six.
Very, very cool. David Krantz is watching as well. Nice to have you on board. Bo Gregory is joining us. Zacharias Jackson is watching. Wolf Milestone. Hello, brother. Nice to have you back. It really, really is. And today we're talking to Kirk from the band Lonesome Six, coming out of Houston, Texas, and absolutely loving his work. I really, really am. So I've got to ask you, McCone's Flower, tell me about this.
Macon's Flower. Okay, so that's a story of a girl that's leaving Macon, Georgia, to come out to California, essentially, to make it big. And, things don't go well for her, and she ends up on the streets. And that's another song that kind of started off in one way and ended up something completely different. I started just writing the riff to the song in the beginning, and then just playing around a little bit, and the rest of it kind of came out in like 10 minutes. So it's just, I can't really tell you I had an inspiration to do it, but it kind of came that way.
But I got to be honest, and believe me, I speak to so many different artists on a daily basis. You know, some of them say to me, Grant, it was written on a McDonald's napkin, 5 minutes it took me, you know what I mean? Those are the tracks I find here that have the longevity. They last the longest. They have something in them. You know, so I've spoken to people who have taken 10 years to complete one song, and it really just doesn't do a lot. It really doesn't. The 5 minute tracks, through the roof.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this one, absolutely love it. You're right here at Galaxy. Here's the Lonesome Six. How you feeling, my bro? You okay?
Yeah, so that was Making Flower you're playing now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How many countries are tuned in?
165.
Oh, okay, not bad. 165 countries tuned in right now.
Oh, geez.
No.
I'm going to send a note to my band, tell them that they're missing this, but
Yeah,
they're not working.
You can play it to them.
don't worry, bro, it's just you and me. It's just you and me, okay?
7284.
7284 cities.
Yeah.
7,284 cities. Not bad. Not bad.
Wow.
Divisive.
Kirk, honestly, the number you want is the number I'll give you at the end for all of the devices that we have hooked in there, the IP addresses. We can't tell if there's 1 or 10 people in a room, but we can tell you how many machines are listening to the radio side of this. And that's the number.
That's great.
That's the number you want, really is, because I think you'll be happily surprised. By the way, at the end of this, Maggo?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. I want to talk to you about promoting you in a different sort of genre than what we can, and a better genre as well, to be very honest. We're a humble radio station, but we also have a friend of ours that has a magazine that is just the best, Mac. And
Oh, yeah.
if you don't mind, because we here at Galaxy, we take pride in saying we only play the best indie artists in the world, and congratulations, you're a part of the family now. But
Thank you.
now what we do is we take the best of the best and put that into this particular magazine. And I'd like to talk to you about putting your band in there, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, we'd love that. That'd be
Nice.
great.
Nice, because we really do like your work. We really do. So we would like to be able to
Hey, Ken.
promote you just that a little bit more than what we can already do at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds great.
By the way, it's a 6-page spread. So
Oh,
it's fairly worthwhile, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you a little bit more about that, and a little story about meeting a Prime Minister too, by the way.
Ah.
Yeah, there's an interesting story that goes with it. It really is. That's right. I forgot to turn the mic on again. That's just typical of me. It really, really is. I was too busy communicating with the boys in the fishbowl. And today we're talking to Kirk from the band The Lonesome Six, coming out of Houston, Texas. Got to be honest, I'm kind of partial to a bit of baseball. I don't know that you'd be following the retros, would you?
no, I haven't.
Absolutely love that team. I really do. Who do you follow in sport?
Well, the Texans for football right now has been a little bit depressing. My son is at Texas A&M, so we follow Texas A&M, my daughter went to UT or University of Texas, and I follow that college team too. So.
Okay, I meant the Astros too, by the way. I call them the Retros. Yeah, but
yeah, the Astros.
yeah, one of my favourite baseball teams. I got to be honest with you, but you know, just me being old, I call them the Retros. Rename them. So I'm sorry if I confused you. Now, at the same time, I got to ask you, 6 o'clock train. I'm absolutely loving this track, so much so, to be very honest with you, I've actually included it into my playlist that I play in my car when I go home at night. So I really do enjoy this. But I've got to ask you, where did you get it recorded? Let's give a shout out for your recording company.
So we had started a studio called Next Path Music, and we have a producer named Curtis Smith who works with us there. And he produced all of our songs thus far. And he's just a fantastic visionary. When we go in with a song, it's generally not sounding the way it ends up sounding. Like Six O'Clock Train is a good example. We play that live all the time. It's always a crowd favorite, but we always play it a little differently than what you hear on the recording. And just tempo is a little bit different, and the guitar works a little bit different, but he tends to kind of draw things out of you that you didn't really intend to do. Like we'll go in having fully rehearsed the song, have a certain thing in our mind about how it's going to come out, and he always adds a little bit something to it that we didn't expect. And Make Us Flower was another one that, you know, we went in, certain idea, but that percussive beat, that the drum, it's actually an overlay of 3 different drum patterns over each other that we wouldn't have thought of, and we can't even repeat that live because you can't play 3 different drum patterns with 3 drummers, but it's just a, you know, fantastic experience going through it.
Well,
and Six O'Clock Train is one of our favorites as well.
I got to be honest with you, Kirk, as an engineer, literally, and I've been in the game for about 40-something years, I have this curse. Literally, it is a curse. I listen to music and then try and reverse engineer it to get inside the mind of the engineer that's put it together. I think your engineer is a genius.
Oh, thank you. He is, definitely.
I really, really do. So, absolutely loving 6 O'Clock Train here with the Lonesome Six on Galaxy. Gosh, it's hot in here. It really is. Kirk, I don't suppose by any chance you would happen to be a vegan?
A vegan, no.
You're not? You're a
I
vegan?
actually went carnivore for a brief period and just started adding carbs back into my diet about a week ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a meteorologist, I always have, but I ask everybody this. I've been trying to get to the bottom of a particular myth now for about 10 years. I really have.
Okay.
Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
No, I haven't.
No, no. A lot of people have. I want to know if they're made of real vegans or not.
Yeah, I've tried turkey sausage, but that's about as far as I've gone down the path.
Yeah, believe me, I've tried a few things that resemble sausage as well, and I refuse to be a cow. I don't like plant-based anything.
Yeah, but cows are vegans.
Cows are vegans, yes, you're right. I tell you what, I did meet up with a vegan one day, and I asked her, do you guys ever get together, go out for a night out, you know, have a few beers or anything like that? She goes, why? I says, because the only open place I ever see you is on the news. They're protesting something, usually holding up some poor supermarket because it's got a meat product. You know?
Or cheese or dairy, something.
Yeah, don't pick on the cheese and dairy. You're right, yeah.
Eggs.
Ken Meekin is watching. Nice to have you on board, Ken. Michael Sprager. Hello, Mike. Nice to have you with us. Dale Hammond, one of the legendary Hammond brothers. Of course, say hi to your brother for us as well, Dale and Gail. I got it. I know it's Gail. Gosh, I've known these guys for years. Do you know the Hammond brothers by any chance?
No, don't know.
Legendary country singers, the Hammond brothers. Believe me, they're in the Hall of Fame. They really are. They're watching right now. Ron Barrett is watching as well. Nice to have you on board, Ron. It really, really is. And absolutely loving today because we're talking to Kirk from the band The Lonesome Six coming out of Houston, Texas. Absolutely stunning music. And it's a bit of me. It's something I like. It really is. So I don't mind. I don't mind playing. believe me, some stuff we play here. Oh, believe me, some shows that some of the DJs do here. Okay. Okay. I get the honour of playing the breakfast show, which is 100% Galaxy artist, if you know what I mean. And
Okay.
I absolutely love the talent. We for many years played the top 40, you know, and I'm sorry, but I've had it up to here with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we changed the format, literally. That's right, and I didn't forget to turn the mic on this time. There you go. Today we're talking to Kirk from the band Lonesome Six. Unfortunately, we were supposed to talk to another part of the band as well, but, you know, things happen, it really does. Now, believe me, I think it's fascinating because there are so many different lead vocalists in your band. How many leads have you got? What, 4, 5?
5 vocalists, yes. So I think in the first 10 songs we released, every person has sung at least one song. Sage has the most. He's done a lot more of the female vocals. The one you just heard was Nate, who was supposed to be here, but he's on a cruise right now. So Nate Henze sings this, and My Sweet Hummingbird, which is it's more of a folk song, if you listen to that one of our first releases. So we kind of keep a little variety going there. We also change the harmonies up too. So on some songs, we'll have a 3-part harmony. Sometimes it's a 2-part harmony. And the vocalists switch over between lead and harmony there as well.
Well, I got to compliment you because each and every voice that I listen to is very seasoned, very professional, and you know something, just fits that track. And believe me, I'm absolutely fascinated with that. But I got to ask you, who's the band leader?
The band leader. Well, I formed the band. And it's pretty much a democracy. Everybody has input into what we do, and which song we're going to record next is usually a group vote. We have about 150 songs written at this point, and our goal is to get one out every month. So we did one a month for this year, and we're going to start again next year, beginning in January with a new release. And we have a new one coming out next week, actually, called Regina. It's a Spanish ballad sung by another vocalist, actually Norm Chapa sings that one. It's very much Willie Nelson's sort of vibe. I'll send it over to you guys. You can play it on the station as well.
That's exciting because, believe me, I would love to be able to follow you guys a little bit more, you know, through next year, follow your career as you go, form a relationship between Galaxy ourselves and also another radio station called Radio GLI that I'll tell you a little bit more about. It's about to happen, and it's going to make history too, by the way, and we would love to include you in on that. So that really is exciting. Basically, that means you might just consider coming back for another interview in the near future.
Definitely. I'll come to New Zealand for the next one.
I'll hold you to that, I really will. And bring the band, literally bring the band. We'll get into trouble together, literally. Have you ever been to New Zealand?
No, I haven't, and we were joking as a band about, I guess it was 3 or 4 months ago, that if we were ever going to do a tour, we wanted to go Australia, New Zealand, and do all of that first before we went anywhere else.
Well, I tell you what, come to New Zealand. Don't worry about that other place you just mentioned. That's our neighbours.
Yeah.
You know, they can't even play rugby. They really can't.
Yeah.
So, you know, but if you're going to hook up with me, well, you know, life insurance. Okay? Make sure your life insurance is paid up. We have a place down the bottom of the South Island called Queenstown. And if you go down there, absolutely boutique-y kind of place where all the A-listers go to disappear from the paparazzis, places like that. You know, bring significant others and all that sort of stuff going on down there. But if you meet up, and believe me, you don't know who you're going to bump into. You really don't. Could be anybody from Kevin Costner to, anybody, literally. But really, Kirk, you don't want to bump into me while you're down there. Most people say, why not?
Go there sometime.
Yeah,
soon,
no,
actually.
honestly, most people say, why not? Well, I'll tell you why not. I'll throw you off a bridge. Yeah, I've got a friend of mine who introduced a sport in New Zealand called bungee jumping.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, oh God, yes, actually I do. But, to be honest with you, seeing you're not Australian, we'll attach the bungee.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, turn you into a yo-yo. But believe me, we have a lot of fun here in New Zealand. We would love to show you our humble country. We really, really would. If you're anything familiar with New Zealand, go and have a look at Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, guess who's on
Oh, yeah,
today?
definitely.
Yeah.
Great visually.
By the way,
Is it?
Peter Jackson, who actually made the movie, or movies, went to university with the guy.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I know why he's on the rich list these days. Back then he wouldn't spring for a beer.
Yeah, right.
I think it's still the same today.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I do. Sonny Morgan's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Sonny. It really, really is. Franco Nanucci. Hello, Franco. And if I don't speak to you before the festives, Happy New Year. Happy Christmas. Take care of yourself. Say hi to Rock Flowers for us as well. And need some new work from him. Really do. Gay Miranda is watching. We were just talking to you just a wee while ago. So very, very proud of Tuna. Really, really am. And taking Cold Drop to India and performing live on stage at the IIMF. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Gay Miranda, speaking of Lord of the Rings and all that sort of stuff, Gay Miranda is actually the guy who wrote the score for that. So
Wow.
he's watching right now as well. And Melba Winkle, absolutely cool. She says cool. Today we're talking to Kirk from the band The Lonesome Six. Now, I've got to ask you, Kirk, how did you come up with the name?
I can't even recall. We were just trying to figure out a name. We formed out of a jam group that I had started with just a bunch of musicians that got together. And we decided, we wrote a song, I'm Coming Home, which is one of our first releases. And at the time, we were thinking we were kind of leaning a little bit more towards country because the song I'm Coming Home was kind of a more country bend. And we were looking for a country name, and I just came up with it and drew up the logo. And we've kind of evolved our sound a little bit more towards folk and Americana since then. So we've not changed the name, but we've changed the look and feel of our logo and our band as a result. So.
Now, I've got a young man by the name of Rodney coming out of Alberta, Canada. He's asking, do you have a merch store? How do I find the link? Where can I buy merch? T-shirts, koozies, caps, yada yada.
Yeah. So if you go to thelonesomesix.com, and six is spelled out, S-I-X, you'll find a merch tab, and we have a whole store of merch there. You can get T-shirts and whatever you want.
I've just been told by my on-air producer, she goes, well, you're going to have to ask for a T-shirt now so that you can promote it while you're doing it. It does work too, by the way, Kirk. It really, really does. Today I'm wearing Kingley Tea, a good reggae friend of ours. He really, really is. Go and check his work out. People have literally been watching these interviews as we see here on our screens. But at the same time, they're on the interwebby thing. Before you know it, they've got the credit card out, they've got themselves a couple of caps, a couple of koozies and a T-shirt, plus some guitar picks as well, you know what I mean? So it does work.
I'll send both of you a T-shirt. Just go to the site, pick out whichever one you want, send me it, and I'll send you guys a T-shirt.
Very cool. I'll get Barbara onto that. Women, they know you. I wouldn't have a clue what size I am, right? But believe me, Barbara took one look at me and she goes, da-da-da-da-da-da, and before you know it, I'm getting T-shirts in the mail. Believe me, it's brilliant. In the meantime, something's got to give. Okay, all right. Is there something we should know about?
Well, it was it's actually about a young couple kind of facing all the pressures of life and really just kind of giving up, just with the frustration, exasperation. And when I wrote this, I was thinking of Sage. You know, she's younger, coming out into the world and all the pressures that she has. She's dealing with. Luckily, I've kind of gotten through a lot of that stuff unscathed, but I know it's very difficult for people, and so we put this together to kind of be an anthem for those that are going through all the pressures of life.
You know, I absolutely understand that. I really, really do. And please, that things are being addressed. I really, really am. This is a fantastic track. You're right here at Galaxy. Here's the Lonesome Six. Something gotta give. So that brings us to the end of the interview, but don't go anywhere because we'll
You've got
have a
one
little
more,
chat.
haven't you?
No. Oh yes, I do. I've got one more. Sorry, I didn't.
Or use your inside voices.
Yeah, you use your inside voice. I'm sorry. But as I was saying, don't go anywhere because I do have something I want to discuss with you, not only with the magazine, but we are opening up other radio stations around the world, and I would like to get your permission to be able to include your music on these stations
Absolutely.
as well. So,
No question.
Hey, Michael.
and I always ask. Always ask. I don't take it for granted because you play for Galaxy or play with Galaxy that it's kosher to do it in other stations, you know what I mean? So I always make sure.
We're just happy to have the music get out. Sure.
Believe me, as I say, we only play the best, and if I'm wanting to pass it on to other stations that we're associated with, believe me, I'm impressed. And that doesn't happen often. I've got to be honest with you, Kirk, it doesn't.
That feels really good to hear because we're always looking for feedback on that, and there's just so much out there. On Spotify there's 100 million songs. So how do you even get one noticed? So I'm glad you're liking it.
Country music social media. Yep, got it. Okay. Ken Meekin from Country Music Social Media is asking any plans for a UK tour. Now he's a promoter. He promotes bands in the UK. So
if we had an invitation, we'd definitely go.
Well, there you go, Ken. There you go. If you would like an invitation, or would like to extend an invitation to the Lonesome Six, get in touch with Barbara. We'll put you in touch with Kirk, and before you know it, you'll be rocking stages through the UK with them. Believe me, they're a fantastic band. Well worth doing it. Also, I see Michael Zdanowitz is watching from Galaxy Class Entertainments coming out of Orlando, Florida. Nice to have you on board, brother man. It really, really is. Anything you want for your band, anywhere, get in touch with us. We'll put you in touch with Michael Zdanowitz as well. He's a very, very well-seasoned promoter. He really is. So, yeah, believe me, if you want to go to the UK, I'll make sure that Ken passes out an invitation to you.
Good.
Yeah, please do. We'd love to be able to go there. We've talked about the UK, Australia, New Zealand. I guess there's only a few places in the US we want to play, but it's more of kind of getting out of the country and getting to see other people and other spots. So, love it.
Honestly, Kirk, I've got a destination for you. I bet you it's never been on your bucket list.
What's that?
I'll tell you after this. I will tell you after we finish this. I will.
Okay.
It all ties together. Okay, it really, really does. And again, I think you'll be impressed because this particular country hasn't heard Western music for 55 years. 56 now, actually. Yeah, believe me. They've been stuck in this time loop thing that is just absurd. Right?
Yeah, we just released one called Winds of Change. It's like a spaghetti western sort of thing. And the first day, there was 150 different users in Finland that listened to it over and over again. It was like the #1 city. And it's just weird.
It is, isn't it? But isn't technology fantastic?
Yeah.
I love it. I do. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Oh gosh, I see the bosses watching as well, Nada's in there. Today we're talking to Kirk from the band The Lonesome Six, coming out of Houston, Texas, and absolutely loving the work that these guys are producing right now. So you do have new work coming out 2025. Have you got any special plans for the festive season? Are you doing anything, gigging style for the festives?
Well, we're just mainly spending time with family, and kind of catching up with the kids that have been away at school and all that. So we're looking forward to having just some downtime. We're playing the House of Blues, which is a big venue here in Texas. We're playing in Houston on the 21st of our holiday folk show. So it's going to have a bunch of different bands and a bunch of different folk music and holiday music.
I'd love to be able to have a look, go and watch you guys live, to be very honest with you. As I say, I've worked not only as a recording studio engineer, but a front of house as well. Would love to be able to see you guys performing everything on stage, because believe me, what I'm hearing in my car, at work here, in my headphones, I'm absolutely appealing to, if you know what I mean. So I'd just like to be able to see that next level. And I think we might have something in mind for you a little later on when we have a chat after this, because believe me, as I said, it all ties in. Use your inside voice. This is an interesting title for a track. Where did this come from?
Well, this is one of those kind of mysterious songs that I started off with just that first verse, and it kind of became this, this thing that kind of grew over the course of the next half hour. And it's a deep song that has a lot to do with, the world as it is today, and we need to speak up and kind of, take responsibility for our own actions and our contributions to the world. So, and when Sage sings it, it's just a magical thing. So it came out so much better than I even hoped for, because of the way she sings it and the emotion she puts into it.
I absolutely love it myself. And use your inside voice. I kind of thought you were talking about my headphones. You're right here at Galaxy, joined by Kirk this morning with the Lonesome Six. Use your inside voice on Galaxy. Gosh, it's hot in here. It is. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. Lightning Rod Wilson. Gosh, it's been a minute. Hello, buddy. Nice to have you back. It really is. Any new work? Let us know. Get hold of Barbara. Sean Simpson's watching as well. Nice to have you on board, Sean. We love you. We really do. And we don't speak between now and the festives. We're a very special festive season. Won't you take care of yourself? Stay safe over that period. Absolutely want to see you back again, 25. Okay? Can we...
We've already done it.
We've already done it. Okay. We have Kiwi air conditioning here. It's called Open the Damn Window. Apparently we've already done it. And it's sweltering. Honestly, it is. When we first moved into this particular building, my bosses came to... I own the company, right? But I have bosses and managers and all sorts of people that work in here. And my bosses come together after having a board meeting and says, Grant, you want a fan? We're in here. I went, yeah, hell yeah. What would you like? I went, I don't know, something 16, 18 years of age, about 6 foot, blue-eyed, blonde hair, maybe from Sweden. She could do this all day. They got me a Gold Air. The sales point on that was it oscillates.
Well, okay.
I went, she couldn't do this? I think the wife had something to do with that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I do. You should see the look I'm getting right now.
Well, it's better than a 10 ton object.
Yeah, well, believe me, I've been expecting you to throw something heavy at me. I really have.
the look not good enough?
It's not good enough. Well, it depends whether I like cutlery in my bag or not.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah, but I made it spell happy.
Yeah, you made it
Happy,
spell
yeah.
happy. Yeah, of course, yeah. Nothing like stabbing me in the back spelling happy. You took your headphones off?
Yeah, I had to do that.
Oh, I see. Well done. What's that in your head?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to be nuts to work here, bro, but it helps.
Yeah,
It does.
I can see that.
Oh, I'm the biggest one of the lot, really. I really am. Everybody else has just contracted this disease, I'm sure of it. Ever since people have started working here, they've just changed. Hey, Barbara.
Yep.
Yep.
I wanted to do
We have two guys in
that. I
production.
didn't think it was going to break
One's
the
called
news like this.
Gonzo, and the other one's called Toblerone, right? Now,
Okay.
Gonzo's called Gonzo because he has a Gonzo on his desk. You know,
That's what your character?
yeah. You know, the other guy, Toblerone, is, well, he likes chocolate.
Okay.
Okay, so we've nicknamed them that, literally. And he says, by the way, Grant, I'm not fat, I'm just calorically challenged. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy107. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little bit of stick because I called Toblerone, told the story about him liking chocolate. He goes, you don't have to tell the world. No, I don't. I don't, you're right. You're very right, I don't have to tell the world, but I did.
You did.
As I said, you don't have to be nuts to work here, but it helps. Now, having said that, my friend, looking forward to having you come back next year with some new music. Would you forward some new stuff on to us so that we can continue doing this?
So we will. I'm going to send you our next song early so you guys can have a chance to listen to it before everyone else does.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And we'd love to be able to get back together and release new music with you over the next 25, 26, 27, for as long as we're going to be doing this, because believe me, I think it is absolutely fantastic music coming out of your department, and I don't want you to stop doing it. I really, really don't, because I think you're very, very talented and ready for the next step. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Very, very cool. In the meantime, we are going to have to wrap it up right now. I'm a little bit over time. The boys in the other studio are looking rather worried right now. So please don't go anywhere, and we will take a few pickies, put it together in a movie, and you'll get all of that tomorrow, probably by the time Barbara's finished working on it. But in the meantime, I've got to say thank you so much, and we'd love to meet the rest of the band maybe as we go through this relationship, and certainly I think Sage has a very big career as a singer as well. You know what I mean? So please pass on to her our very, very big admiration for everything that your band is doing.
Thank you very much. It's great being here.
Very cool. I see Paul Harkins coming out of the UK is watching right at the end. Paul, where you been? Never mind. We'll catch up again. I'll send you the video in the meantime. And take care, Paul. Absolutely. Have a very happy and safe festive and New Year, won't you? Having said that, from me, I will be back tomorrow morning for the breakfast show with Barbara at 5:30 in the morning through until 10 o'clock. So why not join us there? In the meantime, have a very, very cool day. Happy radio, everyone.